Hey, new sponsor alert, go ahead and check out GoBuyMMO.com for your cheapest and fastest Madden 19 coins on Xbox and PS4. Be sure to use code Texas at checkout for a 6% discount. Welcome back, everybody. It is your boy Texas, and I know you guys are mad at me because I have not put these videos out as fast as I probably should have. My apologies. Let me tell you what happened, right? Whenever I make these revisited videos, I end up getting it done. I'm about to edit it, and then EA drops something that changes my mind, and I don't want to like upload something, then my mind gets changed later on. So I figured let's go ahead and wait for a lull in content. I think we pretty much are there right now. So we're gonna go back and check out what you guys should do with your 86 to 87 overall power pass. Let's see if my opinions have changed from the first time I did this. I believe when I first did this, my best choice was either JADEVEON, CLOWNEY, or ODELL Beckham, maybe even like Lane Johnson, and that has changed. We have a new #1 right now, man. Let's go and check out some of the players that got new updates that may allow you to use your tier 3 power pass, the 86 to 87 overall. For those that may be new to the channel, the power pass allows you to save yourself a pretty decent amount of coins trying players out. So let's say you want to spend some training, you want to try like we'll just say an Eric Berry, see if he plays well up to your liking. Instead of spending 50,000 coins and buying his car off the auction block, you can use this power pass to bypass this player. You power him up, saving yourself a lot of coin. And if you don't like how he plays for you, you can always depower back down and get your collectible back and put it on somebody else. It's pretty clutch. It's a lot of them out that I can save you over 500,000 coins, and this one today can potentially save you over 300,000 coins. So, but before we get to that, let's go ahead and check out some of the players that get updated and see if they're worthy of being power passed. Speaking of Eric Berry, let's go ahead and start with this man. So he got one of the newer cards in Madden that I haven't talked about with the power pass, the Mud Heroes item. And so at the time, his 86 to 87 overall was going for like 120 plus K, and it's came back down obviously since EA decided to go ahead and give you a guaranteed 86 plus in the Legends Fantasy Packs, and you can buy them with coins now. So a lot more people are partaking in that option, which makes a lot of these 86, 87 overalls go down in price. So there's not too many of the core elites that are going for way too much. But Eric Berry's not bad though. So if you go to use your power pass on this Eric Berry, and then you can go ahead and get this guy up to what, a 90 overall? 90 overall, Eric Berry's out here with 86 speed, he has 92 zone coverage, and he has 87 hit power. So this was a good card for its time, but we recently got Derwin James, who is going for like much less, and I think he's a better safety to have at the strong safety spot. So if your guy is not gonna have 99 zone, there really is no point to kind of get a guy that can get up to like, what, if you power him up and you get the chemistry on him, lockdown as 3, I'd be 95, John Madden is 96. Like that's still the same as like 92. You know what I'm saying? So you can basically get by using a Derwin James, who's I think probably the best strong safety in Madden. So there was a point where I would have chose Eric Berry, but right now, unless you're gonna go ahead and power him up to his best overall, it's not worth using your power pass on this. Plus you only select 40,000 coins, which isn't that much. Also on the other end of the spectrum, if you want to save a decent amount of coins, it's gonna be the 87 overall Kyle Juszczyk Veterans. And this is not a card I would use a power pass on as well, just because it's a fullback, and we all know fullbacks in Madden don't target properly. I don't know how many times I got this guy on the field, there's a guy right there in front of him for the block, and he's just like, you know what? I want to go back across formation like cornerback. I'm like, all right, you do you, bro. I get big hit, fumble the ball, game's over. So it's kind of frustrating that it happens as often as it does. So wasting your power pass on a fullback doesn't make the most sense. Now, if you want to go and save 100,000 coins, I get that, because this 87 overall is really hard to find, especially because it's no longer able to pull out a veteran pack. So you got to hope that somebody pulls it out of a regular pack, which doesn't seem too likely. And so it's kind of supply and demand. So if you need it, go ahead and do it. But 81 speed fullback with 80 run block and 77 impact block, it's not great. Like, it's not great at all. You can't get this guy up to a 90 overall, I believe, but still, man, like a fullback's not a real person in Madden. And the only way the fullback gets really good use is if you're gonna cheese. Like if you're gonna be running the wham cheese where you lead the way on a guy and you kind of move it out of the way. So that's the only way fullbacks are really utilized in Madden. Why are my pictures loading right now? Recently, we got ourselves a Blitzmaster Ezekiel Elliott, and because of him coming out and basically being an option with training because he's limited time, a lot of guys are starting to change their halfbacks over to Zeke, and that causes 86 overall jump up in price. Now, this dude at what, 94 is really solid, man. 93 speed, 94 spin move, 91 juke move, and if you get sprinter on this guy, which is gonna give him +2 speed, 95 speed, if you go ahead and run a Cowboys theme team, that's gonna end up being 98. Really solid card. It's just that I still think using your power pass on a halfback doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I like Zeke. He was my favorite halfback to use back in Madden 17. But because of the fact that Ricky Williams is free, and come the next couple of weeks, if we do get a level increase, Ricky's gonna go from a 94 to a 96 maybe. Maybe 95, but still, like, that's just a free halfback for playing just Madden. So it's kind of hard to get out of that mindset. It's nice for a change of pace back. Like, this will help out a lot of theme teams, but I just don't feel the need to have to upgrade if you get one in the game that's so damn good. Like, the Zeke's really good. Like, he's really solid. And the fact that training's at an all-time low allows you to get this guy for a really fair price. I just don't see the point right now when Ricky Williams exists. But I do understand theme teams. So if you guys run a theme team, EZEKIEL Elliott, really solid halfback, man. Just, I don't think he's worthy of the power pass, because again, his price will come back down really soon. He's not a guy that's gonna stay at 65,000 coins, because why would he? Staying with the Cowboys, got a new receiver, AMARI Cooper, who's been balling out for them, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I was making fun of the Cowboys for for giving a first-round pick for AMARI Cooper, but he might get them in the playoffs. Like, he might get them in the playoffs, which means that pick that Gruden's gonna get may be a low pick. And that's a finesse, in my opinion. So he has single-handedly, I think, changed the Cowboys season. I don't think it's because of like the coaching. I think having a top-tier receiver, being able to create separation. This dude tore somebody's ACL, basically just by route running. Like, this dude's a monster, man. John Gruden, bro, I know what you're doing, man. I get it, but I don't at the same damn time. But AMARI Cooper got an 87 overall Team of the Week item, and there's no reason why you should waste your power pass on him. Just because you look at this dude's card, 90 speed receiver with, 81 catching, you might as well just go ahead and power up your Tyreek Hill from the 84 overall to the 87. You get a faster receiver with better hands, I believe. So don't get the point of this card. I get that it's just nice to have, because I guess they didn't want to go up from a, 82 overall is what he is, to a 93, which I would have been ecstatic about. But it's one of these cards where it kind of makes the set a little bit more expensive to do if you want to go and power up, because now you gotta go and buy his 87 overall item. I just don't see the point when other receivers like Tyreek Hill or T.Y. Hilton or Brandon Cooks exist, and they're gonna be cheaper to do. So now we're on to Emmanuel Sanders, and what I said about AMARI Cooper, you can apply to this guy as well. Again, really good for theme teams. Plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers and played for the Broncos, so you got a guy that can fit theme teams. Really good for that. It's just that if you just trying to build your team and just get the best players possible, there are better items in the game that are around his height that have better speed, better catching, and are going to be cheaper to do, obviously, and not require you to use your tier 3 power pass. You can use your tier 2s on the Brandon Cooks, I believe. You can use your tier 2 on the Tyreek Hill, and you get 3 of those. This one you only get 1, so you got to find the correct player to use it on. And while he looks nice, man, 88 speed, 91 catching is fantastic. And if you power him up to his 91 Team of the Week, he can become a better receiver, obviously. It just doesn't make much sense to use this valuable pass on this particular item. And now we're on to Odell Beckham. He was some of y'all's #1 choice for the power pass. He was on my short list as a really good option for this power pass. But Emmanuel Sanders is a better option at the 88 overall, and so is the AMARI Cooper. The thing with Odell Beckham is you use his power patch just to save yourself 70,000 coins, and then get up to his tier 10, and potentially use a Team Diamond item, or use the tier 4 or tier 5, tier 4 power pass, and then get him up to his 90 overall, and then go ahead and use training up to his 93. That's the only reason why you use power patch, just to save yourself a little bit of coin. But he's not a guy that you can get out there on the field with and just start at his 8 overall. You're gonna need a faster guy out there, and Emmanuel Sanders is faster, plus he has better hands. So if I had to rank the receivers right now, it'll go Emmanuel Sanders, AMARI Cooper, then it's Odell Beckham. Unless you're trying to get Odell Beckham up to a 93, then it makes a lot of sense. But if you're just trying to sit him at an 88 overall, there's better receivers out there. Now, this guy, Clowney, was my #1 choice, I believe, for this 86, 87 overall power pass. And then he's kind of fell down from grace. Once Lawrence Taylor came out, Clowney wasn't really an option for most people, because Lawrence Taylor was cheaper. So think about this. Lawrence Taylor 90 overall was better than Clowney's Team Diamond, which was 500K at the time. And so because LT came out, a lot of those cards just started plummeting. So what ended up happening was his 87 overall came down in price, and his Team Diamond came down in price to, I guess, price correct what Lawrence Taylor was going for training wise. And so right now Clowney went back up because of his 94 overall blitz limited time. And people absolutely love this card, to the point where everything's starting to go back up slowly but surely. So now you can go ahead and use your power pass to get this guy back up to an 89 overall, which is a what's his speed? 81 speed, right outside linebacker with what, 88 block shed, 86 tackle, 87 impact block, and he has what, 87 hit power. Really solid item. The only thing about it is LT still exists. LT is going to be a better option. So if you want just one glitchy right outside linebacker on your team, that LT is a 90 overall, which right now is gonna run you like 100,000 coins. I think that's a really good value and you can't pass up right now. Now, if you do want two glitchy guys, like if you wanna play this guy right in, like I'm pretty sure he's a better right in than that Khalil Mack that came out, because for some reason right ends in Madden aren't the greatest. Right ends and left end get kind of a bad treatment this year because outside linebackers are higher overall and they can play out of position and they have better ratings typically. So it's really weird. So this Clowney's fantastic. I'm gonna end up getting the 95 overall just because I really love Clowney. Plus he's a team diamond and that allows me to get 2 chemistries on him as opposed to only getting 1. So really awesome card, but because his price is not as much as it once was, and because you can only get to his 89 overall, which is not as good as the Lawrence Taylor that exists currently, I would pass on this card. Yo, there are a ton more cards that we have yet to discuss about this. So we'll talk about some of these guys quickly. So looking at Darius Slay. Darius Slay is a really solid card. He's not going for too much. The only value that Darius Slay happens to have is gonna be in his flashback item. That one is going for a lot. So maybe you wanna factor your tier, what, 4 power path into that one. But his tier 3 or 86 overall for the tier 3, not really on my radar. You got the Fletcher Coxes, you got the defensive tackles, a lineman of the world. Not a fan of linemen because they don't play as well this year, especially since they keep tuning the running game, but making it better. As Vic calls me mid-video, hold on. And with them making it better, a lot of those ratings don't seem to matter that much. And so don't look at any defensive lineman right now. It's really kind of best to play your outside linebackers at the defensive end spots, if you ask me. You look at Lane Johnson, he's also going for like 35, 40K right now, so not going for too much. So that pretty much leaves one person and one person only to use your power pass on. And you guys may not agree with this decision. Post down to the comment section below who you guys believe to be the best use of this tier 3 power pass. My number 1 is gonna be the future NFL MVP. And we are not talking about Drew Brees. And that is gonna be none other than this Patrick Mahomes. And the reason why I think this guy is the best use of power pass is because he saves you the most coins right now. For some reason, EA has yet to kind of crash the market for rising stars. And so if you wanted to go ahead and get this 86 overall item to get up to his tier 8, it's gonna run you 30,000 coins. And keep in mind, you gotta buy 11 of them. You gotta buy 1 to power up, and you also gotta buy 10 more to combine to make tokens to get up to his 87 or 86 overall to then use to power up. That's way too many coins for one player. And so this tier 3 power pass comes in clutch for those who want to get the best quarterback. Yes, I said it, the best quarterback in Madden. The reason why I believe the best quarterback in Madden is none other than the fact that he can actually be powered up, which means he can get an ability at his tier 11. His 93 was a guy you could choose for free out of some solos, which was fantastic. And also on top of that, he's a rising star, which means he can go ahead and get 2 chemistry. He can go ahead and improve his throw accuracy down the field, prove it medium, get his throw power up, and it just makes a lot of sense. This can be the best quarterback. I've seen this guy like just statted out. He looks fantastic. And so that's why he's my number 1 on my list. If you guys disagree with me, man, let me know down in the comment section below. Who do you guys currently have your 86 to 87 overall power pass on? Because for me personally, I don't have anybody. I'm really weird. I'll use it to go buy the player, then save it. But I think I might end up using a Patrick Mahomes because he is gonna be my future quarterback in Madden. Because once he wins MVP, I'm telling you right now, man, he'll be up with 99 overall. Once you power him up, be fantastic. That is the tier 3 power pass revisit. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Cool thing about this is I'm doing all these at once. I want all these to go out this week. I already got all these recorded, bro. I got this one recorded. I got the tier 4 recorded. I got the tier 5 recorded. So get ready to get bombarded with these videos this upcoming week. And sorry for the delay. And then we'll do another one once they update the series 4, which will be December 14th. So come back then. If you guys are not subscribed, be sure to do so. Let's get 500 likes. Appreciate that very much. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. My fro's back. Look at it. It's so icy.
Look, they say money can't buy your happiness, but I swear to God, it's a good down payment. Trying to stuff so many binges in my pocket, you would swear that I was out here trying to drown Franklin. I was bred in the slums, got fed up with crumbs. Now you don't play a pound cake. Told me when it was a root of all evil, but I swear to God, I ain't never found safe.